Okay, so part 3 of FRIA. Okay, let us first discuss this important term, cram down. Okay, this is specifically listed as a very important topic sa CPA licensure examination, terms of reference and syllabus. So what do you mean by cram down? Cram down is the power of the rehabilitation court to approve and implement a rehabilitation plan, notwithstanding the objection of the majority of the creditors. Okay, so as mentioned in my previous lecture, okay, um, during rehabilitation, it is not possible, it may not be possible that the entirety of the obligations will be paid totally. So maybe as a consequence of rehabilitation and insolvency proceedings, only a portion of that will be paid. And of course, because of that, many creditors would be objecting because they want to collect the entire amount. But because these proceedings are under the supervision of the court can force them to implement a rehabilitation plan nonetheless, even if the majority of the creditors are objecting to that plan. Okay, so that is cram down. The word cram class means last minute ba na like you when you study for the last minute sa exam, cramming, di ba? Cramming. So this is a cram down. Cram down, this is a last minute or last resort. Down because it may not be very favorable to the creditor, so is the situation will be down. So that's cram down. Last minute, uh, last minute uh, efforts. Okay, to for rehabilitation of the debtor, which may be objectionable to the creditors. Okay, so cram down forces the creditors to accept the terms and conditions of the rehabilitation plans. Kasi ang piniprefer dito ng court is long-term viability kasi nga rehabilitation to rehab over immediate incomplete recovery. So the court may force the creditors to agree to the terms kasi to rehabilitate the purpose is to rehabilitate the creditor for the long term so that it would be very more beneficial to the creditors than just immediate liquidation where the recovery may not be complete. Okay? So this is necessary, ito yung aims, this is necessary to curb the majority creditors' natural tendency to dictate their own terms and conditions to the rehabilitation. Okay? Absent due regard for the greater long-term benefit of all stockholders. So si court talaga magdidictate, hindi yung creditors. So cram down. Okay? This cram down can be found in section 664, okay, pertaining to court supervised rehabilitation. Nakasulat doon, the creditors may approve or reject the rehabilitation plan. Okay, so initially, the rehabilitation plan will be presented to the creditors. Kung i-approve ba nila, i-approve nila, okay, no problem. The rehabilitation plan will be confirmed by the court. Now, however, there are times that the creditors may reject the rehabilitation plan. Okay, ayaw nila tanggapin yung rehabilitation plan. This is now the time that the court will come in for the cram down. Okay. So if rejected by the creditors, the court may still confirm the rehabilitation plan if all of the following are present. Take note plus all ang sabi dito ng batas. Okay? So pwede pilitin pa rin ng court na i-approve yung rehabilitation plan kahit na ayaw ng creditors if all of these circumstances are present. Number one, that the rehabilitation plan complies with the requirements of FRIA. Okay? Mga requirements doon sa FRIA na nakasulat. Number two, the rehabilitation receiver actually recommends the confirmation of the rehabilitation plan. Okay? So, creditors lang ayaw pero yung rehabilitation receiver mismo recommends that the rehabilitation plan should be confirmed. Okay. Number three, the shareholders, owners, partners of the judicial debtor lost at least their controlling interests as a result of the rehabilitation plan. Number 4, the rehabilitation plan would likely provide the objecting class of creditors compensation which has a net present value greater than what it had received under liquidation. Okay? So number 4 is actually yung sinabi ko na it is more beneficial na i-rehabilitate in the long term para makabayad ng utang kaysa mag-liquidate tayo ngayon na makakulang ang pambayad. Okay, so this is a cram down plus 6 and 64. Dito yung cram down. Kahit na gi-reject ng creditors ang rehabilitation plan, the court may still approve and force them to follow the rehabilitation plan if these 1, 2, 3, 4 are present. Okay, that's a cram down. So, sa pilitan ng court. So, take note of that concept because that may be asked sa board exam. So, this is the second type of rehabilitation. Tapos na natin sa part 2 yung court-supervised rehabilitation. This time is a pre-negotiated rehabilitation. O from the word pre-negotiated, okay, hindi pa na-file sa court, nag-negotiate na ang debtor at sa creditor and they have come up with this rehabilitation plan where both parties agree. Okay, present nila sa court para i-approve ng court. Unlike sa court-supervised rehabilitation, wherein sa court pa nila pag-uusapan ng rehabilitation. Although meron ng rehabilitation plan sa umpisa, yung rehabilitation plan na yun is proposed lang. Then during the court hearings, okay, magdebate pa sila about sa rehabilitation. Pero dito sa pre-negotiated rehabilitation, tapos na, nag-agree na ang debtor at saka creditor. Then present nila sa court para i-approve na lang. Approval na lang ng court. So, filing of the petition, of course, step 1 is the filing of the petition. Okay, so an insolvent debtor by himself or jointly with creditors may file the verified petition with the court for the approval of a pre-negotiated rehabilitation plan, which has been endorsed or approved by the creditors, holding at least 2/3 of the total liabilities of the debtor, including secured creditors holding more than 50% of the total secured claims, and unsecured creditors holding more than 50% of the total unsecured claims of debtor. If you look at this class, sa petition pa lang, kahit na si debtor lang ang nag-file ng petition, pero yung rehabilitation plan naman is approved ng creditors. And take note that the approval of the creditors is not required that 100% of the creditors will approve. Okay. Mere 2/3 of the total liabilities of the debtor, yung creditors na representing 2/3 of the liabilities can approve. Considered na yun na approved by the creditors. Kahit na hindi nag-approve yung 1/3. Okay. Basta 50% of the secured claims ng creditors nagpirma din, nag-approve din, and 50% of the unsecured creditors nagpirma din. Okay, so may requirements. So just know that the petition need not be approved by the 100% of the creditors. 2/3 lang, okay na. Pwede na i-file sa court. Eh, paano yung mga wala nagpirma, sir? 1/3. Yung 1/3. Okay, mapipilitan din sila because may cram down din dito eh. Pag na-approve na ng court ang rehabilitation, okay, mapipilitan sila mag-agree. Mapipilitan sila sumunod sa rehabilitation plan if na-confirm na ng court that is a cram down effect. Okay, mapipilitan sila. The petition shall include as a minimum, ito rin nakalala sa petition na kasi approval lang ito. Number 1, schedule of debtors debts, listahan ng utang, listahan ng assets ng debtors, yung siyempre yung pre-negotiated rehabilitation plan. And then, may tatlo pa rin nominees for rehabilitation receiver. D, a summary of disputed claims against the debtor and a report on the provisioning of funds to account for the appropriate payments should any such claim be ruled valid or their amounts adjusted. Okay, class ito, I'm not asking you to memorize this, but be familiar lang kung anong nasa loob ng petition sa pre-negotiated rehabilitation. Then after that, mag-issue na ng order sa court. Okay? So, previously sa part 2, nag-discuss tayo ng court supervised rehabilitation. Okay? Pagka-file ng petition doon, whether voluntary or involuntary doon sa court supervised, pagkasunod doon, commencement order ang gina-issue. Okay? Dito sa pre-negotiated rehabilitation, walang pangalan. Sinabi lang issuance of order. Walang pangalan yung order na yan. Unlike doon sa court supervised rehabilitation, binigyan siya ng pangalan doon sa PREA, ang tawag commencement order. Dito, ang sabi order lang. Walang pangalan tong order nito. Okay? So after determination that the petition is sufficient, the court shall issue an order. Pero take note, ang laman niya parang commencement order din. You look. Okay? Identify the debtor, its businesses, and principal phase of business. Declare that the debtor is under rehabilitation. So, para commencement order lang ang laman niya. Pero order lang talaga ang pangalan nito. Hindi siya commencement order. Hindi yun ang pangalan niya. Order lang talaga ang nakasulat sa PREA. Okay? Summarize the grounds for the filing of the petition. Okay? Direct the publication of the order in the newspaper of general circulation in the Philippines once a week for 2 weeks. With the first publication to be made within 7 days from the time of issuance. Okay, parang commencement order, di ba? Yung order, yung dito yung order na walang pangalan, i-publish din sa newspaper 2 weeks din. Kapareho ng commencement order doon sa court supervised rehabilitation. So, halos ganun din. Pero order lang talaga ito, walang pangalan. Direct the service by personal delivery of a copy of the petition on each creditor who is not a petitioner holding at least 10% of the total liabilities of the debtor. So, bigyan din na kopya yung mga hindi yung 1/3 na naiwan. Kasi 2/3 lang nag-approve. State that copies of the petition and the rehabilitation plan shall be available for examination and copying by any interested parties. Okay, so, just take note lang class, ang importante doon is yung publication, yung order, walang pangalan, pero para siya commencement order, then yung order na yun, kailangan pa rin i-publish for 2 consecutive weeks. Okay? Okay, the order shall also state that the creditors and other interested parties opposing the petition or rehabilitation may file their objections or comments thereto. Okay? Appoint a rehabilitation receiver, mag-appoint siya sa order. And take note, meron din suspension or stay order, yung order dito. Okay? Parang commencement order din, gina-publish din siya. Tsaka sa loob ng order, meron ding suspension and stay order. Katulad ng sa commencement order sa court supervised rehabilitation. Okay? So, kung iisipin nyo class, ang nawala lang dito yung first part ng court supervised rehabilitation. Nag-start na ito, ditong pre-negotiated rehabilitation na procedure. Nag-start siya doon sa, meron ng rehabilitation plan na na-approve ng debtor at creditor. And the rest, parang katulad na rin ng court supervised rehabilitation. Okay? So, itong suspension stay order is the same as that of the commencement order. So, the same effect, the same yung nature. Then, step 3, approval of the plan. Okay? After the second publication of the order, publish yung order, sabi ng court, the court shall approve the rehabilitation plan unless a debtor or other interested party submits an objection to it. So, kapag walang objection, i-approve na ng court. Pag may objection, siyempre, hearing mo na yan bago i-approve yung plan. Okay, objection. Ito yung mga objection sa petition. Okay, kung walang objection, of course, automatic na yan, ipa-approve yung court. Pero pag may objection to the petition, may nag-file ng objection, kasi i-publish man yan para everybody will know. Then may nakabasa, may objection siya. Punta siya sa court, file siya ng objection niya. Any creditor or any interested party may submit to the court a verified objection to the petition or rehabilitation plan. So, hearing yan. Step 5. Hearing ang objections. Pakinggan ni judge. Okay? If the court finds na tama yung objection, it shall direct the debtor to cure the defect, maybe to amend or modify the rehabilitation plan. That is one possibility. Okay? So, if nakita ni judge after hearing na tama naman yung objection, okay, i-modify yung rehabilitation plan. That is one possibility. Second possibility, if the court determines that the debtor or creditor supporting the rehabilitation plan acted in bad faith, or that the objection is non-curable, the court may order the subversion proceedings into liquidation. Okay? So, pag nakita ni judge na hindi totoong pwede i-rehab, diretso na sila sa liquidation. That is second possibility. Third possibility, a finding by the court that the objection has no substantial grounds that the same has been cured shall be deemed an approval of the rehabilitation plan. Okay. So kapag ka hindi naman meritorious yung objection, i-approve pa rin yung rehabilitation plan. So that is three possibilities kasi after hearing the objection. Step 6, i-approve na yung rehabilitation plan. Kasi kaya nga present sa court para i-approve. So the court has 120 days to approve the plan. If hindi nag-act ang court within 120 days, the rehabilitation plan shall be deemed approved. Okay. So pwede siya mag-lapse. Pag nag-lapse ang 120 days, deemed approved na kahit hindi i-approve ni judge. Considered approved. Okay. So, pag na-approve na, anong effect? Approval of the plan under this chapter shall have the same legal confirmation of a rehabilitation plan under the court-supervised rehabilitation. The same lang daw ang effect sa court-supervised rehabilitation. Ito yung third type. Third type of rehabilitation. Okay, so ang first one, review lang, is yung court-supervised rehabilitation na pwede voluntary, pwede involuntary. The second type is the pre-negotiated rehabilitation plan. And the third one is ito, out of court or informal restructuring agreements or rehabilitation plans. Madaming or. Pero pag ilista mo yan, ito yun. Out of court restructuring agreement, pwedeng ganyan ang pangalan. Pwede rin out of court rehabilitation plan. Pwede rin informal restructuring agreement. Pwede rin informal rehabilitation plan. O yung apat na yan, kasama yan dito sa topic na ito. Okay. So if you encounter these terms, ibig sabihin ito lang yan, yung out of court or informal restructuring agreements or rehabilitation plans. Okay. So from the word out of court, walang kasaling court dito sa class. Nag-usap lang yung, kasi yung first type, yung court supervised rehabilitation plan, pupunta either ang debtor or creditor sa court, mag-file ng petition. Tapos tawagin naman yung mga debtor at saka creditor na iba. Pag-usapan nila doon ang rehabilitation plan. Okay, then i-approve, then ipa-implement. Tapos under supervision sa court. While yung second type, yung pre-negotiated rehabilitation, yung portion ng pag-agree doon sa rehabilitation plan, na umpisahan na out of court, then yung pagpa-approve sa rehabilitation plan, saka pa lang sila pumunta sa court, kaya pre-negotiated rehabilitation. Ito naman, itong out of court, itong third type, wala talagang court involved dito class. Yung debtor at saka creditor talaga ang nag-act dito. Okay, so kaya out of court. Or minsan, tawag ditong out of court, extrajudicial. So this can be called as an extrajudicial rehabilitation plan. So, ano ang minimum requirements dito? Ito. Okay, the debtor must agree, siyempre, to the rehabilitation plan. Number 2, of course, it must be approved by the creditors. Dapat mag-agree ang debtor, mag-agree din ang creditor. And then, ang ano nito, 2/3 din. 67% is 2/3 din yun eh. Not necessarily lahat. Take note lang ha. Dahil hindi ito gi-approve ng lahat, 2/3 lang pwede na. Ibig sabihin, yung 1/3 mapipilitang sumunod. Cram down effect pa rin yun. Kahit na ayaw nila. Number 3, it must be approved by creditors representing at least 75% of the unsecured obligations of the debtor. So, mag-approve pa rin yan. Hindi 100% take note, 75 lang. It must be approved by creditors holding at least 85% of the liabilities unsecured and unsecured of the debtor. So, yan yung mga requirements. Do not memorize that. Just be familiarized. Just be familiar with these requirements na dapat approved by the debtor and must be approved by the creditors. Not necessarily 100% of the creditors. Okay? Majority lang, oh. 67, 75, 85. Okay. You need not memorize that. Basta ang out-of-court rehabilitation plan is approved by both the debtor and the creditor. Standstill period. Ang tawag sa out-of-court class, standstill. Anong standstill? A standstill period may be agreed by the parties pending negotiation and finalization of the out-of-court informal restructuring workout agreement or rehabilitation plan shall be effective and enforceable not only against the contracted parties but also against the other creditors, provided that such agreement is approved by the creditors representing 50% of the total liabilities of the debtor. Itong standstill period nito, class, okay, kailangan din i-publish sa newspaper of general circulation in the Philippines for 2 weeks. Itong agreement nila. Okay? Para ma-notify lahat din yung standstill agreement for i-publish din. The standstill period does not exceed 120 days from the date of effectivity. The notice must invite creditors to participate in the negotiation of out-of-court rehabilitation or restructuring agreement and notify them that the said agreement will be binding on all creditors if the required majority votes are met. Okay? Ang standstill period kasi ito yung period na time out muna sila lahat, mag-usapan muna nila ang rehabilitation plan. And then yung standstill agreement na yon, yung period na yon, i-publish sa newspaper, tapos i-invite lahat ng creditors and other interested party na magsali sa negotiation. And then nakasulat doon na if di sila mag-participate, tapos na-approve yung rehabilitation plan, kahit hindi sila nag-participate yung iba, may cram down effect doon na kasama yun sila. Cram down effect, okay. Itong cram down effect class na sulat sa, if you read through yan, na-mention lang siya doon sa, dito sa out-of-court informal restructuring agreements. Pero ang cram down talaga is present na doon pa lang sa umpisa, yung pa lang sa section 64 ng court supervised rehabilitation. And ang cram down effect meron din doon sa second na type, yung pre-negotiated rehabilitation plan. Once na na-approve ng court, yung rehabilitation plan na approve is binding sa lahat, even if ayaw yung pati yung mga nag-ayaw, sali din sila doon. Wala, pilitan yan, ipilit ng court. Dito sa out-of-court rehabilitation plan, dahil walang court na involved dito, basta sinunod lang ng debtor and creditor yung usapan, and then i-publish sa newspaper yung standstill period, magkakaroon pa rin ng cram down effect. Okay? Kahit na wala siya na-approve ng court, basta sinunod yung mga publication requirements, magkakaroon din ng cram down effect dito sa out-of-court rehabilitation plan. Okay? A restructuring workout agreement or rehabilitation plan that is approved pursuant to an informal workout frame shall have the same legal effect as confirmation of a plan by a court. Yan ang cram down effect. Yung doon sa court supervised rehabilitation at saka pre-negotiated rehabilitation, once na na-approve ng court, may cram down. May cram down talaga doon because approved na ng court. Sa ayaw nyo at sa hindi, approved na yun ng court, may cram down. Ang cram down effect dito sa out of court, na may effect siya pag na-approve na ng debtor and creditor, para na rin siyang na-confirm ng court, magkakaroon pa rin ng cram down. So, yan ang cram down effect. Ang effect niya is parang cram down din. Okay, but take note class, para paging effective itong cram down, the notice of the rehabilitation plan or restructuring agreement or plan shall be published once a week for at least 3 consecutive weeks in the newspaper of general circulation in the Philippines. Take note class, iba ito. Yung kanina, ang i-publish ang standstill agreement, standstill period. 2 weeks. Ito naman, for the calm down effect, kailangan yung rehabilitation plan mismo i-publish sa newspaper for 3 consecutive weeks. Okay? Doon sa court proceedings, 2 weeks lang. Pero dito sa mga out of court proceedings, ang rehabilitation plan mismo i-publish 3 weeks. Huwag kayong mawala class ha. Sa court supervised rehabilitation, yung type 1, ang i-publish sa newspaper for 2 weeks ang commencement order ng court. Okay? Hindi ang rehabilitation plan. Sa pre-negotiated rehabilitation plan, yung type 2, ang i-publish yung order na walang pangalan na parang commencement order, yun yung i-publish, hindi ang rehabilitation plan. Dito sa third type, out of court rehabilitation plan, dalawang i-publish. Number 1, yung standstill period na agreement, 2 weeks yun. And yung rehabilitation plan mismo for 3 weeks. Yun ang i-publish. Dahil dito sa out of court, siyempre walang court order, walang commencement order, walang court order. So, hindi yung order ang i-publish dito, kundi yung standstill period at saka itong rehabilitation plan mismo. 2 weeks yung standstill, 3 weeks itong rehabilitation plan. Okay, please take note of that class. So, the rehabilitation plan or restructuring agreement shall take effect after the lapse of 15 days from the date of the last publication of the notice. So, pwede pa iba pag na-agreehan na pwede pa ba i-amend or i-modify? Of course, pwede naman. Any amendment of an out-of-court restructuring plan must be made in accordance with the terms and agreement with due notice to all creditors. So, pwede naman nila i-change, i-agreehan nila. Okay, effect of court action and other proceedings. Paano? Ang ibig sabihin dito, paano kung yung debtor at creditor ng out of court rehabilitation plan, then sa isang court or other courts may proceedings din, ano mangyayari? Any court action or other proceedings arising from or relating to the out of court or formal restructuring workout agreement or rehabilitation plan shall not stay its implementation unless the relevant party is able to obtain a TRO from the Court of Appeals. Okay. So, yung creditor at saka debtor, siyempre hindi nila pwede ipa-stop yung court proceedings dahil wala naman silang power. Pero yung ginagawa nila will not be stayed, will not be stopped by the court. Okay? Sabi sa batas. Unless yung isang party nagkuha ng TRO hindi sa any other court but Court of Appeals lang. A higher court. So, yung agreement nila out of court, tuloy-tuloy yun. Hindi pwede ipahinto ng court. Yung parties din rin nila pwede ipahinto si court sa kung anong proceedings meron. Okay. Then, last one, court assistance. The insolvent debtor or creditor may seek court assistance for the execution or implementation of the rehabilitation plan. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, dahil out of court proceedings ito, pag na-agreehan na lahat, kung gusto magpatulong ng parties sa court sa pag-implement ng rehabilitation, take note implementation ang ginapatulong sa court hindi ang approval. Pwede naman. Mag-ask sila, petition sila sa court na tulungan sila i-implement yung rehabilitation plan. Pwede yan. Okay? So, out of court yung pag-prepare ng rehabilitation plan, pag-agree, pag-publish, lahat yun out of court. Yung pag-implement naman, pwede rin naman out of court yun. Pero pag hindi sila magkaintindihan sa implementation, pwede sila magpatulong sa court. Pero implementation na lang. Okay? So, that should be clear. That's the end of part 3. Meron pa tayong part 4, the last part, yung liquidation.